Will pop star Billie Eilish be evicted from her gated community mansion after a widely publicized comment at the Grammy Awards ceremony? Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. In her acceptance speech for an award at the Grammys, singer and songwriter Billie Eilish denounced the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, known by everyone these days by its initials ICE. She memorably declared, "No one is illegal on stolen land." No surprise, that particular audience loved it. But as day follows night, a Native American tribe made it known that Eilish's abode was on sacred tribal land. A Los Angeles attorney garnered publicity by musing there might be a lawsuit to recover this allegedly stolen property. Countless critics gleefully asked if she was going to return her property to the tribe. Of course, Eilish is not going to be forcibly removed from her place. It's lawfully hers. She bought it. But her comment about stolen land, in this case, that starting in the 1500s, white European settlers grabbed territory from local populations, hit the guilt nerve of some people. It shouldn't. Just about every piece of the Earth's landmass could be declared stolen. For example, the ancestors of today's Native Americans displaced peoples who came before them thousands of years ago. The countless wars between Native American tribes over the centuries saw control of territory change innumerable times. Forcible dislocations didn't start with the Europeans on the North American continent. Actually, at the start, European immigrants usually bought land from local tribes, most famously the Dutch purchasing the island of Manhattan for trinkets worth a few dollars. Things did get ugly, however, in the 1800s. It was a conflict of a kind between two broad groups of people that had taken place for countless centuries. Most historians and most Americans rightly deplore the atrocities and betrayals that took place here. But it's preposterous to conclude that regrettable past actions mean that today we should let millions of foreigners enter the U.S. illegally. And obviously, we shouldn't abandon the fundamental principle of property rights. Where property rights are not secure in the world are places that stagnate economically and fall behind states that do respect this principle. They are also the areas where human rights are wanting. Our founders and countless others have observed that property rights and human rights are ultimately inseparable. As for forcible dislocations, they were no strangers, even in the 20th century. Over 1.5 million people were permanently uprooted in the aftermath of the horrific conflict between Greeks and Turks after World War I. 3 million people of German descent were expelled from Czechoslovakia after World War II. Around the same time, millions of Germans were forced to flee when the eastern portion of their country was turned over to Poland after the Nazis were defeated. Up to 20 million Hindus and Muslims were uprooted, often violently, when what became Pakistan was partitioned from India in the lead up to independence from Britain in 1947. When Egypt and other Arab states refused to accept the proposed UN partition between Arab and Jewish communities in British Palestine and war broke out, hundreds of thousands of Arabs fled. Jews fled Arab countries. So let's leave aside this stuff about stolen lands and have the debate, the real debate of where we go from here regarding the millions of people who entered the U.S. illegally. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.